Conducting such an investigation from afar is never brings you to a decisive conclusion. That's not me saying. That's Ned Price, the U.S. State Department spokesperson, said. We just heard that. Therefore, my personal opinion perhaps does not matter. This is the U.S. State Department spokesperson. I think we can trust him and we can rely on him, and that's what he said. Yes, there is an investigation, which, by the way, it might be true that that this journalist was killed by a bullet fired by an Israeli soldier. It may have happened. She may have also been killed. The bullet may have been shot by Palestinian gunmen. We do not know. Here's one thing we do know. The Israeli army does not go into the West Bank with the intent of killing journalists. But I don't think the Israeli army goes in with the intent of killing anybody. The intent is always, when the Israeli army goes into these raids, the aim is to arrest people that are involved in terrorism. That is what happens in these raids. If there's crossfire and if of course, a gunfight begins, then things escalate, of course. But the intent is coming in to make arrests, certainly not kill anybody, certainly not kill journalists. That is something that we do know, and that is something this practice has been going on for years and years. If there was any intent in killing journalists, then many more journalists would have been killed, and no one in Israel would have apologized, and no one in Israel would say, let's hold a clear and open investigation. That clear and open investigation might eventually lead us to a conclusion that she was killed by an Israeli soldier. Maybe so, but at least let's have an open investigation to try and understand what happened. This is something the Israeli side is asking for, the Palestinian side categorically refusing. And it leaves us with the issue that we still do not know. We have no evidence as to who killed the journalist. As far as the other side, it seems the Palestinian side, it doesn't matter. They have a verdict.
Decision was made up the day of the shooting. And again, so much information out there right now about where the IDF forces were, how they operated, helmet cams, satellite photos, whatever you have. What do we know about all these irregulars running around with masks over their face on the other side? We'll leave that further discussion. Jonathan Regev, thanks for being with us on the IDF side of the story.